Hello YouTube and welcome to this new video on Honkai Star Rail, and this time around we will be going through Memory of Chaos 12. So with that little introduction out of the way, let's jump straight into the game. So this Memory of Chaos is definitely heavily in favor of Mydei, and I assume in favor of Catherine's as well when she comes out, because she is supposed to scale on HP, and guess what the bonus is? Increases all allies' max HP by 30%. Of course it is. And then, every time an ally is attacked, restores HP equal to 5% of their max HP and adds 1 hit to the hits per action of Memory Turbulence. Every time an ally consumes HP, restores HP equal to 10% of their max HP and adds 2 hits to the hits per action of Memory Turbulence. This effect can only be triggered once per attack, and up to 20 times can be added this way. At the beginning of the cycle, each hit from Memory Turbulence deals 1 instance of true damage to a random enemy. Now, like I said, this is heavily in favor of Mydei, especially for the second half against Kafka. That being said, the first half is more geared towards Big Hurter and Tribi, because as you can see, we have Ice Weakness and Quantum Weakness, so that would definitely work out pretty well. Unfortunately for me, I have neither Big Hurter nor Tribi. I did try a Jingliu team thinking it might be viable, and it turned out not so great, because unfortunately my Jingliu does not deal enough damage in order to kill the enemies fast enough, which is why I will be using my E1S1 Aglaea in order to clear the first half, and on the second half I will be using my E0S1 Mydei, because he is supposed to be the king of this Memory of Chaos, so I might as well use him. Just like last time, all the builds of the characters will be shown at the end of the video. Now, let's jump right in.
Banish your fears and advance with unwavering resolve.
As usual, use all your techniques and start off with Aglaea. Now, during this first wave of the first half, I focus on the dude in the middle because he keeps summoning these 2 enemies to the side of him, which is kind of annoying, honestly. And then I take care of the big guys, because then they are close to each other and they can be hit with the splash damage or the blast damage from Aglaea.
Resonate all together. Protect me.
Thank you, friend.
I'll overcome the torment and doubt. Farewell.
Now this should be enough to activate her burst right away. Perfect. I am going to use Sunday's ultimate on Aglaea just because I want to make sure she has enough energy. Usually she does, especially at E1S1, but just in case, I'd rather make sure she does not lose Garment Maker, and more importantly, she does not lose her stacks.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
And I can hope to get my Robin ultimate right there. Perfect. I am going to attack with Aglaea first, and then I am going to ultimate with Robin, ultimate with HuoHuo as well, because why not? Might as well. Now I'm sure I have enough energy for my Aglaea to keep
A little honesty would do us
her
good.
Garment Maker.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Now then, of course the dude in the middle did not die, but he should die with the next attack from Aglaea, I believe.
Is that fear I sense?
Yep, next attack, and then I will use her burst immediately to make sure that I do not lose my stacks. Once again, Sunday ultimate on Aglaea as well. And I guess I will focus on the one with the most HP
So fragile, like a wisp
for
of
now.
silk.
And now they have about the same HP, but they're both going to die with the next attack, I think. I'm using HuoHuo's ultimate here, number 1 to heal herself, because she does heal herself a tiny bit, like that. And number 2, because that means I can keep generating energy for her with this skill point here.
Thank you, friend.
I've heard the call.
And thanks to the fact that I do have E0S1 Sunday, it does allow me to have much more skill points than I actually need to.
Farewell.
And well, This doesn't really make any difference, but hopefully both of them will die here. Right, Garment Maker? Yes, perfect.
So fragile. Like
Now I
a
have enough energy on my Aglaea, which is absolutely perfect. Ouch. That hurts quite a bit, but we'll be fine, right?
I'll overcome the thorn. Serenity is before me.
A little honesty would do us good.
Okay, so with this boss, from my understanding, what you need to focus on is the ads. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because each time you kill an ad, the boss loses HP as well, so let's see it. Now I do have to press my ultimate on Aglaea with the right time in order not to lose my stack, but everything worked out in the end.
Watch over you and guide you on your path.
Now then, I am going to kill the other ones. Perfect. And with the splash damage, can I kill yet another one? No.
May song bring us
Too bad.
victory.
But this is fine. I mean, you don't really need to do anything. I can just
Star's echo.
restart her ultimate. That way we can hear her beautiful song over and over again. I can use the skill points because why not? I am going to heal my Robin just in case.
Heard the call.
I'm also going to use HuoHuo's ultimate while bringing Aglaea up to the front. That way I make sure she has enough energy. Perfect. Ouch. This dude really doesn't mess around in terms of damage. Now, I am going to use this. I will wait until Garment Maker does its thing. There you go. Then I refresh her ultimate to make sure, as always, not to lose Garment Maker's stack.
This world, return to the great dream.
Ouch.
I'm gonna hold everyone back again.
I am going to heal because I have more than enough skill points and it will also generate energy. But more importantly, I just don't want my characters to get one shot by the boss, which is a possibility. But we are going to go to the second phase right now, right? Yeah, perfect.
This trial is
Oh shoot, should have used my Sunday's ultimate on Aglaea right away.
One day die. Torment.
I hope for an end to strife in the world.
Now, I am going to do
We're all
this.
together.
Is that fear I sense?
I am going to attack without Robin's ultimate here,
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
but I'm going to use Robin's ultimate right here. There you go. To just get another turn with my Aglaea. That's the whole point of it.
torment and doubt. Farewell.
A little
Now,
honesty
I
would
do
us
have
good.
enough energy on my Aglaea, which is lovely. I can kill all of his minions. Well, almost all of his minions. Oh god, I almost missed it.
Thus our fates
I caught it just in
become one.
time. I almost lost all of my stacks. Well, that would have been bad now, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it?
Return to the great dream.
I guess I can use HuoHuo's ultimate as well.
I'll crush them all.
Unchanging. Unceasing.
Keep focusing on the ads. It will be fine. I believe.
Stay put.
Who needs some healing? I will do it like that to make sure my Robin gets some healing and my Aglaea is still in the radius of that. I am going to use Sunday's skill just to make sure I have enough energy on Aglaea. This, now I am sure I have enough energy. Because as you can see, her turn
May song
is
bring us
up.
harmony and unison.
Or rather, her ultimate will go down right after this attack from Garment Maker. Come on, Garment Maker. You attack, and then I ultimate.
Countless, thus our fates become one.
I no longer have Robin's ultimate,
So
unfortunately,
fragile, like a wisp of silk.
but it should be fine. I can keep using skills on HuoHuo to generate energy, it's fine.
Farewell.
All lies shall be revealed.
There we go. Now, Robin, it would be lovely if you could get your ultimate up. Oh, please tell me I survived this. I survived it.
Star's echo.
Although he did bring us half HP, even though we were full HP. So I guess I was right on using my HuoHuo skill to continuously heal us.
So fragile, like
So
a
do
wisp
be
of silk.
careful with that.
Fiends or
My
devils.
god.
I'll crush them all.
You know what? I will do exactly what I just said. I am going to use some healing. Just to be sure everything's working fine. But we should be able to kill here. Perfect, okay. So it did take us 4 cycles to clear the first half with an E1 S1 Aglaea and an E0 S1 Sunday. The rest of the characters there were E0 S0, at least for HuoHuo. And who else was I using? Oh, Robin, right. Anyway, once again, all the techniques must be used.
Let's wait.
Ending with Mydei because why not? It doesn't really change anything. The most important part is just using his technique in order to get him at 50 stacks right away at the start of the battle. Let's summon our dear Mem. Ouch.
I'll see you off.
I mean, I guess I can skill, because why not? I'm going to skill on Mydei
I can't die.
in order to get him to play around like this. I am going to focus on the lion,
Through my blood. Forever doomed.
even though Mydei right here did not want to focus on the lion. He focused on the Pegasus horse thingy. Let's bring him back up.
Burn it all.
Okay, and I am going to use his burst, and now I will focus on the lion. Or I guess I should call it a manticore, perhaps, because it is half lion, half...
Fury upon you.
There is no snake tail, is there? I don't know. But it has wings, so... Well, it looks weird all around, so I don't know. Never mind. I can skill right now, because I will get Sparkle's ultimate sooner rather than later. And I can ultimate as well, getting us closer to Mem's action forward, on Mydei of course.
You chose the wrong enemy.
I am going to
Eternal
use
sleep is
Luocha's
not the end.
ultimate right
The dead
now,
return!
because at some point he's going to use his automatic healing on Mydei.
Let's play for a while.
There we go, and we can also activate
Let's play.
Sparkle's ultimate to get back all of our skill points, even though it doesn't really matter because Mydei does not use any. And see, for instance, right there, he used his attack on the horse thingy, even though I focused his ultimate on the lion. At least I thought I did. Perhaps I was wrong.
Bloom.
There you go, the automatic healing. Perfect.
Conquer all lands.
And it's his turn again.
Burn it all.
Wait, here he actually focused on the lion. Maybe I'm misunderstanding his kit, who knows.
Forever doomed. Dying soul. Face me.
I am going to focus on the horse just because it has a tiny bit more health, and we should be able to kill both of them
Punishment.
in the next turn. I was going to say this turn, but maybe not.
Upon you.
It was not enough.
Nothing major.
Of course, because of all the summons, the memory turbulence did not go into the lion, it went into the other summons, and it didn't die, which means that I have to keep waiting for the
chose the wrong
Kafka to
enemy.
appear. Don't ask me why I said the Kafka. I didn't mean to.
Eternals, the dead
Once again, same
return.
thing as before with Luocha. I'm using his ultimate just to make sure I can get his auto healing and then his actual, healing field. Here I am going to focus all the way onto Kafka.
I'll see you off.
Do I need to heal? I have enough skill points.
Receive
I should be able to do that.
Can't die.
More importantly, I want to have the action forward with Mem.
Burn it all.
Let's play for a while.
Now, in this team, unfortunately, my Mydei does lack a bit of energy because I neither have HuoHuo nor Sunday. Usually you would want to have either one of them in the team, or rather, you would want to have someone to give him some energy.
Feeling spiffy?
Not so fast.
It doesn't have to be
How does that
HuoHuo.
feel?
Sunday is definitely very good for Mydei, but Luocha is also a good healer,
Conquer all lands.
so it works out, but the energy issue is something else entirely. healing? Sure, I can use another skill point here, that's fine.
Zoning out.
So feeble.
I can ready.
I'll go easy this time.
And I could use some skill points. Please, Sparkle. Thank you very much.
Burn it all.
Ah, he didn't get his ultimate. Come on, Mydei. I was counting on you. Oh god. I screwed up.
Eternal sleep.
I panicked. I shouldn't have used his ultimate. I don't know why I did that. Do not do that. I just panicked.
Watch your feet.
I don't know if that was the right course of action, but
Dying soul.
we can still use his ultimate beforehand, before Mem action advances him. Which means he will get an attack that is going to go over 150 of his charge, if I'm not mistaken. First he will get his normal attack, then 171. Yes, we do get all the stacks, and we do get that very powerful attack. That's great. Now the problem is, here I am going to lose Luocha's healing, or rather his field. Yep, exactly as I
Let's
thought.
play for a while. Feeling spiffy?
Burn it all.
Everything is fine. Yeah, this is
Conquer
perfect.
all lands.
Holy hell, his damage is kind of insane. Mimi indeed. I am going to heal Mydei with Luocha, even though my Mydei hasn't died 3 times yet. I would rather not risk it.
I can't die, but thanks.
Oh, perfect. Well, we get his field as well. That's absolutely lovely.
Not so fast. Feeling a little dizzy?
Mwahaha. He cannot be controlled. I mean, he is the king after all. Might as well use her burst. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I do believe that we are going to finish this fight in this turn. Once I do this, he's going to get 1 attack, and then his more powerful one, and this is it. Yep. Okay. So we are done. And it took us 9 cycles. I will mention that, I believe, let me check. I believe that, yeah, the last time around when I first tried it, it only took me 8 cycles instead of 9. So I did worse this time around than I did the last time. I think it was mostly due to that lion head thingy staying up way too long on field with too little HP, but I guess that's fine. Anyway, at the end of the day, the important part is we managed to clear it. That being said, the problem is we did manage to clear it with Amphorious characters. That's the thing. I had to use Amphorious characters. I wish I didn't, but I had to, because in all honesty, I can't use other teams. I don't know if a Firefly team could work. I think it might, but more importantly, my Acheron team unfortunately doesn't work as well because I do not have Jiaoche, and now that Amphorious and the 3.0 series of update have started ramping up all the HP and the power creep and all of that, I mean, it has started before that, but still, now it's even worse than it used to be. I do feel the lack of a Jiaochu affecting my Acheron team because I do not manage to get her burst up soon enough given the amount of damage I need to deal constantly to the enemy in order to down them because the enemies have gained much more HP. But this is not supposed to be a rant about HP inflation and all of that. It's just because I'm trying to give you ideas as to what other teams you might be able to use. Now, I'm saying this about my Acheron, but I specified my Acheron. My Acheron's build is not the best, so that could also be one of the problems. So hopefully, if you manage to clear it with Acheron, that's great. Same thing with my Jingliu. I mentioned at the start that I used my Jingliu to clear the first half, or rather, I tried and failed miserably, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. The good news for Jingliu is that she's supposed to receive a buff in 3.4, so I really hope it works out well for her, because I would like to use her again, hopefully. But the problem, or rather the other problem, is that right now the main focus of the fights that we seem to have is centered around AoE damage, like big AoE damage, not just blast damage. But I am going to show you the details of my characters, or rather their builds. As I've mentioned, my Sunday is E0S1. There you go for his statistics. He does have 233% crit damage. I am pretty proud of that. In terms of traces, he is maxed out. These are his relics. There we go. You can of course pause if you need to. And he is indeed at E0. Now for my Aglaea. She herself is at E1, which I will be able to show you in just a second, and S1. So I do have her light cone. She is all maxed out. These are her relics. Not exactly the best, but I did try to get whatever I could. And she is indeed S1 as I mentioned before. Now this is my Robin. Do I actually need to comment on these things? I'm not entirely sure. I don't really do this that often, so we'll see. Perhaps someone in the comments can tell me if I should stop commenting while showing my character's details. But, well, we'll have to see. My HuoHuo. Is there a need to show you anything about HuoHuo? I guess she does have energy regen. I mean, it didn't make sense. Same thing, she has resistance to crowd control because it makes sense. She's at E0, she's at S0. Same thing with my Sparkles here. Her build is definitely not the greatest. I had to maybe steal some pieces from her to give them to my Sunday when he came out. So yeah, I gave her whatever I could find that would work on her, more or less. And she is also at E0. Now likewise, my Mydei's build is not the greatest. I am still working on it. But as you saw, it did work out, more or less. I still don't have 8000 HP unfortunately, but I did get his light cone, and I have maxed him out. See, this piece is absolute garbage, but as you can see, I'm still working on these pieces, man. I'm still trying. But the game refuses to give me what I want, and he is at E0. Now for the Trailblazer, he is at E6, I believe. We did get all the Eidolons for the Trailblazer, or did we not? I don't actually remember. He is maxed out as well. Here are his relics. Likewise, I kind of gave him whatever I could. I didn't exactly farm for him precisely. Yeah, we do have him at E6. Very well. And here is Luocha. And he is also at E0 S0. I did get this light cone for him just because it's him, so I thought it was nice. I'm not sure it is actually his best light cone, or rather his best 4-star light cone, I don't know. I just gave it to him because he's on the cover. He's not actually maxed out, I kind of forgot about that. To be fair, I ran out of balls at some point. The balls you need to actually ascend those talents. I ran out of them, so there you go. So that was all the builds for my characters, and I am going to switch scenes to tell you goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was somewhat helpful. If you have any comments as to how I could improve the things that I show you, if you want some things in specific, then do let me know in the comments down below. That would be extremely helpful. Because the whole idea of these kinds of video is quite simply to show you how I clear my own endgame content, because I personally look at other people's videos when I struggle in order to get ideas as to how to clear my own endgame content. But it is always helpful to see different videos with different characters, because not every account is the same, right? Everyone has different accounts, everyone has different characters on them. So, you know, I'm just trying to contribute. Anyway, on that note, thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you in the next video.